Hi there, my name is Phyllis Reid-Jarvis, Director at Ultimate Potentials Corporation, where we believe that everyone deserves to love how they live, work, and play. Today I'm really excited to share with you as people who may be working with individuals, be it at work or even at home, how do you make a request and set a challenge for an employee, a child, etc. So today's topic is making requests and setting challenges. There's a basic fundamental premise of coaching, which is to keep people moving forward. And one way in which we do that is to simply use the tool in our program. We use making requests and setting challenges as a tool to help people move forward. But before you do so, there are some basic fundamental things that you need to do first. So number one, you need to know that the people that you're making the requests of or setting the challenge for, have three options. So number one is they can accept the challenge or the request that you've made of them. So that's number one. They can flat out just say, sure, I'll go ahead and I'll do it. Or number two, they can decide to negotiate how they would like to fulfill the request or how they would like to take on the challenge. And number three, they have the option of rejecting the request or the challenge that you've sent them. So be prepared to deal with either of those three options that are available for your coachee. And so it is important that you let them know. So for example, you'll say, Karen, thanks so much for coming into our session today. Really excited. I have some requests I'm going to make of you and some challenges. But before I make them, I'd just like to let you know that you have three options. And you let them know of number one, you can accept what I'm about to ask of you or ask you to do, Karen. Number two, you can negotiate. You can say, sure, Phyllis, I would like to do that, but here's how I think it would work better for me. So they're negotiating. And also, Karen, you have the option of rejecting it. And especially if it's in a work setting, if they reject your request and the challenge, you let them know up front that if they reject it, you're going to be asking them to put forward a solution. So that way you still keep them moving forward. So there you go. First is let them know about their three options: accept, negotiate, or reject what you're going to ask them. Now, before you actually start with making the request, always seek the person's permission, even in the workplace. You'd like to say, Karen, again, thank you for coming in for us to have this little chat. May I just share with you some ideas, some thoughts I have around how we could improve on whatever it is that you're working on. And I'd like to make a request of you or ask you to do a challenge. That'd be okay with you. So you ask. Seeking permission keeps your coachee really involved in the coaching process, and it shows them that you respect their opinion, their position, and where they're at, and that, really and truly the two of you together are going to create some amazing solutions. So you have someone who's engaged when you do so. Once you've sought their permission, you will want to be using open-ended, not close-ended, open-ended questions. Because open-ended questions means you will now get the person to start to expand on their thoughts, their ideas, and so on that they're putting forward. So you'll set the request. So Karen, I'd like to request that for the next 2 weeks, you actually start tracking how many new calls are coming into the center regarding this particular issue about our service. Right? So that's very specific. And Karen will let you know whether she's going to accept it, reject it, or negotiate how she would like to do it. So here's where the open-ended questions come in. Karen, what are your thoughts on what I have just asked you to do? So what do you think about this? And so that way it keeps Karen really creating ideas and coming up with solutions. And then now you will follow up with a how. How do you see yourself doing that? And that takes me to the next step, is that you will need to find out when Karen will start this request, if she's accepted it. So when will you start working on this? And Karen will let you know when. And then the final piece to making requests and setting challenges of your coachees is to follow up. So you'll thank Karen for contributing to the whole process, and then you'll say, when will we connect to see your progress, just to talk about your progress? And you together will set a date and a time. So there you have it. Making requests and setting challenges. 3 options that people need to be told. As well, there's a process that one needs to follow before you start making a request and setting a challenge. For more information, do go to our website to find out how, through our webinars and our online courses, you can be the best leader that you can be at home or at work.